technically 7th grade, but I'm going to post this video on all of my Google Classrooms for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, just as a good reminder for some of you, but also just, it's going to be something good today that we're going to talk about that you all should be doing, okay? And that's drinking plenty of water. But I want to connect that to our sugar lesson in 7th grade from last week. So as we talked about, most of us wouldn't sit there and eat sugar straight out of the canister or the bag, right? Not this refined processed sugar. But it is in a lot of the things that we drink. It's in Gatorades, Pops, yogurts, so even things that you think are healthy for you, there's a lot of sugar in there. And so we talked about last week all of the different things. Well, I gave you 10 specific things that you could do to make it so your body simply doesn't want sugar anymore. It was different ways that you could reduce your sugar cravings. And one of those was drinking water, right? But how much water should you drink and how can you fit that into your day? So I drew out a little explanation here, okay? Can you zoom in on this? How much water should you drink? So this is Jan. Let's pretend Jan weighs 100 pounds. You have to cut her body weight in half, divide it in half, which means you take 100 divided by 2, which gives you 50 ounces. So if you weighed 100 pounds, you would need 50 ounces of water. Well, how much is 50 ounces? How many glasses is that? Well, there's 8 ounces in a cup. So the next step you're going to do is divide 50 by 8, and that gives you 6 cups, but a little over that. So I drew out 6 glasses of water plus 1 more, because it's not going to kill you if you drink 1 more glass of water. And what I like to do is set a glass of water by my bedside table and drink it first thing in the morning, because if you think about it, you've gone 7, 8, 9, however many hours you slept without water. So that's the first thing you should do right away in the morning. Now, a lot of times people are like, well, I don't like the flavor of water. And maybe the water that comes from your tap, your kitchen faucet, maybe it doesn't taste that great. So one thing you can do is put fresh lemon slices, fresh cucumber slices, and actually there's a lot of different ways you can flavor your water. This is probably the most simple, in a pitcher or a big jar, and put it in your refrigerator, and that'll kind of infuse those flavors into the water. But it's not overpowerful, it's not overwhelming. You're not just gonna taste lemon and cucumber, but it gives it a nice refreshing flavor, so you'll want to drink more water. And so what I would suggest is, each week you're asked to tell me what your little baby step goal is for your health. And so this week would be awesome, if you're not doing this already, is to actually start drinking half of your body weight in ounces. And I'll be right back. You always see me with this, and a lot of you are like, what's in there? And I'm like, Mountain Dew, and you're like, Mrs. Casperson, and then I'm like, I'm just kidding, and then I show you, no, it's water. But it's really a good way to drink a lot of water by putting it in some kind of big jug with a straw. The straw is the key, because when you drink out of a straw, it just seems like you can guzzle far more water down than if you would have to actually tilt the glass or whatever. So that would be one of my tips this week, is if you can get some kind of bigger container, or at least get some straws, preferably metal straws, right? And start drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water. So I forgot to mention, why should you be drinking more water? Well, one of the health benefits is water delivers oxygen throughout your body. It also helps with digestion of food. And speaking of that, remember when we talked about chewing your food at least 20 times, like each bite 20 times, because the saliva mixes in there and breaks it down? Water helps as well with that process, because if you start to become dehydrated, you don't produce as much saliva. And again, that saliva has the digestive enzyme amylase in it that starts the process of breaking down that food. So that's another reason why you should be drinking water. It also makes our skin vulnerable to certain skin disorders. Acne, for example, if you're not getting enough water. So that would be a huge motivation for me if I was your age, because I would want clear skin. And so drinking half your body weight in ounces of water can help with that. It also, finally, like I said, wards off sugar cravings, because Oftentimes when you start to become dehydrated, you instantly crave something that's going to give you a quick form of energy, which we know sugar will give us a quick form of energy, right? But it's not a long-lasting form of energy. It will make you crash. It'll make you feel tired oftentimes after drinking or eating a lot of sugar. So drinking a lot of water is going to give you a lot of energy, and it makes you feel a little bit fuller, so you're not apt to crave the sugary drinks and beverages as much.